There it is. It's 8 o'clock, the witching hour on Thursday nights, and it's time for Treasure Tales. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is staying cool because I'm going to tell you, it's not cool here by me. It was well over 100. I think the heat index was 115 today. So it's quite warm, and it's the overnight is going to be like 83. I think is the low tonight overnight. So it's a little warm. It's a little bit warm. So things are going going well, quite well. And we've got one more show in this season, so to speak, before we take our July hiatus for the month. But we got a couple good guests tonight. And of course, my co host is the Diggin' Canuck. And let's bring her on. Hello, Cheeky.
Hello, everyone. Jeff.
We got a few people tuned in so far.
Yes, they're making their way in.
Yes, they are. Well, it's summertime,
Yes, and it's hot, like you said.
It's hot up there for you too, isn't
it? It is. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Especially in the wintertime when
exactly.
I hear you going.
Exactly. Winter is much too long in Canada, so I embrace hot, hazy, and humid weather.
Yes, you do, and you're dressed for
it today.
Sporting some new togs.
Yes, yes, we have matching bookends here. Excalibur shovels.
Yes, indeedy. I think. What's this I see in the background back there?
Oh, you see some new items from Excalibur shovels. I will have an unboxing video going live tomorrow afternoon, and you'll see what I got.
No, they're awesome. I tell you
what.
what.
Oh my goodness,
awesome.
Yes.
I can tell you the hats are awesome.
So's the shirt. Look at this, beautiful, and it fits.
Yeah, I've got one of those. I just didn't. I didn't put it on. I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't talk previously, and get our outfits matched.
That's right. We didn't. We didn't queue up, as they say.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. Philip Faircloth wants to know how Mr. Canuck is doing.
Good. He's doing better every day. He passed his 1 month anniversary. So that's like they say, wait 1 month before you start like trying to get out there doing maybe some more exercising and like walking around and stuff and chores around the house. So fingers crossed. So good so far.
Yes, good. Thank you. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for that.
Amen to that.
Ain't the truth.
Yes.
Well, let's see if we can get to the bottom of all these people watching. Hope there's some more people come on. But the first one in the chat was the Mumbles Man.
Right on.
And Mr. Tim Naylor, the Mumbles Man from near Tampa, Florida. And everybody, let's send up some prayers for the Mumbles Man. He's got the COVID. So we had to cancel our hunt over the 4th of July. He's COVIDed up, so we just want him to get better. And I keep telling him, hey, red wine can't hurt. Just stay hydrated. Well, that's what I heard. Philip Faircloth is in the house from Pinellas Park. And let's see who else. Adele Lempersky Rutherford. Hey, Adele. She says she found 17 coins after dinner. She has been so busy.
Wow.
With the grandson, August, and some other things going on. She doesn't get to watch it live much, so we are very happy that she's here.
Yes, there's always a replay. If you miss it live, you can always catch the replay.
Yes, indeed. And let's see who. Robert Ridgway from Pinellas Park. I'm sorry, Philip Faircloth, you are not from Pinellas Park. But there again, it's hot. I'm old.
That's okay. That's okay. That's all right.
Let's see who else is in the Dirty Paws Detecting. That would be Mike and Trish. I don't know. They may be getting out tonight. They like good night hawkers.
I've never done that. And I guess even if you go into like the waters, the shallows of the waters at night. Ooh.
I don't know that they really get in the water much. They may wet sand it, and they
Ah,
do a lot of dry sanding. I don't know if they get in the water or not, but we'll cover that with them when they're on the show. They'll be on it.
absolutely. Yes.
But they do a lot of real good finds in
Hmm.
at night. Plus, it's not near. It's not there's hardly anybody. There's always people on the beach, but not as many, and it's cooler.
Yes.
So I think
Yes.
that's why they do it.
Hmm.
You know. James Frazier from the Diggin' Frasers.
Right
Hello,
on. Right
partner.
on. Hello, James.
And we've got, let's see. I think it jumped on me. Where did it go? Where did it
Mark
go? Oh,
Henninger.
yes, there it is. He says it's hot up there in Northwest Ohio. I bet it is. It's hot all
Yeah.
over. My
Yes.
goodness.
Yes.
Um, but I heard someplace up in there, like in Jersey and some places like that, it was in the up mid 50s in the mornings. Thinking,
Wow.
I'll take that.
Get the heater out.
Time for long sleeves. Heavy metal mamas.
Ooh, she says it's
That's
very
pretty cool.
hot.
Yes, yes. Heavy metal mamas. Welcome. Glad that you are here. I don't know if I've seen that name in our stream
I've
before.
not. So welcome to the stream. And I hope you come back more often.
Yes, and guess who else is here? Midtone Mackey.
Right on, right on.
And let's see. Scott C. He says it's 90 in Tampa at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's about like that here by me too, Scott.
My goodness.
It was
Wow.
so hot today. I mean, really steamy hot today.
Do you get humidity down there? Because
Oh, yeah.
oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was about
Okay.
98%.
Okay. All right.
It gets so, when you get up in the morning and you pull the curtain back, you can't see because of all the moisture on the window.
Mm-hmm.
Because the house is air conditioning, and then
Yeah.
outside it's just like heavy dew on your
Mm-hmm.
window. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, we get quite a bit of humidity,
Okay. All right.
and so that's what makes it even more oppressive a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times. Uh, Scott C says he lives upstairs and I have 60% inside. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Keep that air conditioner running.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So everything will be good then for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
what's been going down up there by you? You've been doing any hunting?
Just local parks. I still haven't really ventured too far away because of Mr. Canuck, but
Yeah.
just local parks. I'm doing a lot of hunted out parks, but there's still stuff to find in hunted out parks. Like in an hour or two, you might find like one really or two good finds. And you know what? That's okay sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The day is too, from everything I've been hearing from people, that they're going back to their old haunts where they
Yeah.
pounded and pounded and pounded,
Hmm.
and they're finding more with the days too. Now
Yeah.
I found that as well. So
Hmm.
you
Well, I
know,
look forward to that because most of the parks around me are totally hunted out.
well, have you had any luck getting a 9-inch coil?
No, no, no. I actually am waiting for the place that I purchased the one that I have now to see if he's even getting them in for purchase. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I think
I
it
might end
will.
up having to buy it and then sell the the 11-inch. I don't know.
Well, you know what? You might want to hold on to that 11-inch so when you go on vacation, you go to the beach or something, you might want the 11.
Oh, okay.
And
Hmm.
sometimes in the fields, you might want the 11. So, but the
Hmm.
9 would be probably your go-to coil. So,
Yes, I think so.
uh, you know,
Hmm.
so I think it's a great, great coil. I've got both, but I bought two machines, so
There you go.
for a backup, and just
Yes.
have one set strictly up for the beach. And
Mhm.
as I understand it, I mean, Anderson Shafts, our good friends out of Canada, they have got a carbon fiber shaft for the XP Deus 2.
Mhm.
And they've got a lock built in on where you put the remote control on the stem. So it kind of
Oh.
locks it on there.
Yes.
And I also understand that Steve's detector rods is working on a complete carbon fiber shaft for the XP Deus 2.
Mm.
So that'll be good. And Steve likes to do them in different colors.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because now you can get your dais, in whatever color, maybe even pink. Who knows?
Well, that's what we're going to say. We're just going to say Allison Walker. She'll probably get a Deus too if he makes a pink camo shaft. She's buying a Deus. There's
Oh,
no
for
getting,
sure, for sure.
you know,
Yeah.
she
Oh, yeah.
she could take a second mortgage out in her house to get. So anywho's.
Hey, Stories from the Signal just joined us.
Oh, yes, they did. Nice to see him. Nice to see him. Mark Fiorella joined us. I know it's hot up there by you too, Mark. And we had a couple other people. Dirty Money Metal Detecting joined us. And let's see who that was. Mark Fiorella, Stories from the Signal. So we're stacking them up here, and I don't know. There's a lot of people that are watching. I'm sure that just aren't in the chat.
Yeah, that's always possible.
Blackbeard J. Hey, what's going on, Blackbeard J? Glad that you joined us tonight. Well, we better get after it, hadn't we?
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
I think we got a couple of really good guests tonight. Our first guest is Family Treasures Metal Detecting. I mean, he hunts with his family, and they have some. I mean, it's just you talk about family bonding. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Yeah, it's a great sport, great hobby, sorry. And if you could do it with family, it's like even I think a lot of us wish that we had that, but
Yeah. I now myself, I certainly, well, I just have it with my two brothers, mothers, but like my grandson, really shows no interest in it. But there again, he's 19, so he's got interest in other things.
yes, probably.
And and that's about it. So
Yeah.
I think we just need to let's bring on right now. Let's bring on Brian from Family Treasures Metal Detecting.
All right.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Brian, how are you? You're
I'm
looking good
good.
tonight, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. It's kind of light in here. I've tried to do everything I can to
That's all right. You look
fix
great.
that.
Looks
Thank you.
No,
perfect.
there's no
Yes.
worry. No worries at all.
At least we
So,
got a signal.
yes, we did. Yes, well, last time, I think you were on like a HughesNet or something
Yeah,
at your house, aren't you?
yeah, we have the satellite. We're out in the country, so that's the only
Yeah.
options.
And then they had thunderstorms to begin with it. So it is what it is, and we're glad that you were able to join us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Go ahead and introduce yourself to the world. Tell them about you, your family, your YouTube channel, and well, that's where we'll begin.
Well, my name is Brian Braden. I have started a YouTube channel several years ago. I'd been metal detecting. I actually had a metal detector since I was a kid, but my uncle was the one that got me interested in it. I love history. I think that's anybody that gets in the hobby, they love history probably. But anyway, I had a couple of knee surgeries, and they wanted me to go to the hospital and do physical therapy, and I thought that sounded like the most boringest thing in the world. So anyway, I thought I knew you had to get up and down, and it really did. It helped my knees a lot, and so One of the goals, though, for starting a YouTube channel was to see if I could get all my grandkids. I got 8 grandkids. I got one on the way. Should be here just a little bit in July, mid-July. But I'm, doing my best to get them involved. It's not always easy, and the oldest is 7 now. And so you'll even see if you watch some of the videos, they lose interest about after 5 minutes in some of them. So anyway, that's kind of the goal, to keep them going, to get them outside and doing things that, they're not sitting in front of a TV all day or doing video games,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
the kids do lose interest. It's just kind of like because it's called treasure hunting, not necessarily treasure finding.
Yeah.
If you take them fishing, it's called fishing, not catching.
That's right. That's right.
There's you gotta have those provisos in there that they don't necessarily understand that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got to be careful what I say, but I got the backyard just full of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to discourage them.
No. Let them find some stuff and let them just have a good old time. That's all that matters,
So
I
Brian,
don't force them.
yeah. So Brian, are you a park person? Are you the woods person? Creeks, maybe?
I am, I'll hunt anywhere I can find something old, but generally, I hunt yards, just because of just where I'm at. And, I've recently come across a book that talks about ghost towns in our area. So I'm researching that and trying to get some good places to go for our ghost towns, because here in Southern Illinois, we don't have a lot of, old finds like you would out east. And, large scents are rare. I did find a cat bust half dime one time, but that's the oldest I've got. My oldest coin actually is that. And so, generally I just hunt, yards.
We had somebody tune in and says, "Hey, Dad." It must be Brittany Braden.
Yeah, that's my daughter. She goes with me too. She mentioned me on one of our videos. We went to a very interesting place. It was the site actually of a quintuple murder suicide, and the lot got it's just a lot. And but we had a great time and found a lot of period correct things, to that time period of when that took place. And it's a really interesting story. If you read it from the paper, it's really a whodunit, and my daughter there thinks, and her and I think alike, we think that they got the wrong person, or, they pinned the murders on the wrong person when you read the story. But anyway, I sure enjoy her going with me when she can.
Oh, yeah. Now, you're in Southern Illinois. We're in Southern Illinois. I was born and raised in Illinois.
Yeah, you told me that. We're at the very tip at Metropolis, Illinois.
Oh, yes. That's Superman, your neighbor, right?
Yes, that's right.
Clark Kent is in the house.
Yeah, we just had Superman days here, too.
Oh, yeah. Wow. People think you're kidding.
Yeah, I know. No, there's a Superman statue, and our papers call, it's the planet, and it's fact.
And the alias of the editor is Perry White.
Yeah.
See, I am really old. I remember when Superman was on television.
Yeah.
I even remember when Superman died.
So what
Liz,
detector? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to tell you, I don't know if you remember, but I had reached out to you because I'd recently found a Canadian coin. And I ended up finding out what it was before I got back in touch with you. But it was a King Edward the Seventh. I guess, does that make sense to you? Dime?
Edward the Seventh. What year was it?
I couldn't tell. It was so wore out that
that would have been probably just Edward after Victoria and George, probably. I would think.
It's like compared to like a barber for our country, that age group,
Yes.
I think it went to like in 1911 or something.
Yeah, that would have been King Edward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So what detector are you using today?
I used the Legend. I got the Legend on
Ah,
about March the 7th, and I've been using it ever since.
how you
So
like that?
uh, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I had the I've had the AT Pro. I've had the Simplex. I had my go-to before the Legend was the Amphibio, and
Oh.
I really like this machine. It's so much quieter than all those machines. It's just amazing how quiet it is compared to those others. And I even went back. You guys, I heard you speaking about going back with the Deus. I went back to many of my locations that I could get permission to do so.
Mhm.
That's kind of my way to just tell if it's a good detector. If it finds things that my other one missed, hey,
Yes.
then I consider it a good detector. And I did. I found a lot, and actually, especially a lot of nickels. I don't know what it is, but the things I mean, if it hits 25, you can pretty well sure. It's got, of course, it's got a right tone, but I mean, if it hits 25 and has that right tone, chances are it's a nickel.
Well,
But
that's the way the day too is. It's a nickel killer,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
Sorry, you
And
said the Deus is a nickel killer?
Yeah.
Oh, I must be doing something wrong.
Well, maybe you don't have that many. I'm not saying a Canadian nickel killer.
Okay.
yeah,
There you go. Okay. I got you now. I got you.
Your Canadian coins are a lot different than ours.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
Actually, Equinox really liked nickels. Really liked
yeah. I've
nickels.
heard that. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yes, indeed. So you were hunting a lot of parks and a lot of houses because you got Metropolis is a fairly old area, and
Yes,
that whole general area down there.
yeah. Generally, any of the river towns are pretty old, and I'm not too far from Cairo, and a lot of folks have heard of Cairo and know it's a pretty historical town. And in fact,
Hmm.
I went over there and I did a collaboration. I don't know if you're familiar with I Dig History,
Hmm.
Andy down there in Tennessee. He's got a really good channel, and we went down there. I tried to get. There's a fellow up in Mount Vernon, Illinois. His name's Matt. He has a channel called Ski Searcher,
Oh,
and I don't know
yes.
if you've heard of him, but
Hmm.
he's really close. And so both of them guys got really good channels, and we tried to all get together. It just didn't work out. But I've been up with Matt before and hunted. But we're trying to get back over there to Cairo because Fort Defiance was where Grant staged for his campaign down the Mississippi Valley, and so I got permission all those fields around there, and but there's been a lot of land that's been either naturally or man-made been added to that peninsula. I know that there's over 17,000 acres that's been added to that little peninsula. So it's kind of hard to tell exactly where everything was at, back in 1860. But we're trying to narrow it down and go back.
Yeah, there's a lot of history up there. There's a lot of really good hunters in Illinois. I know JBP Hobbyist, I believe she might be in Illinois. I know Shannon and Phil Bortner are in Illinois. I think they're in Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a tremendous amount of history. A lot more, I think, in southern Illinois, than there is really in northern Illinois. There's some, but of course, I've been gone from there for 25 years. So,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
actually, some of the older towns there up north, I forget what the oldest town is, but a lot of the river towns,
Galena,
even,
I think.
on both sides were older. It's weird, because they kind of just skipped over the land and, but of course that's how they traveled, back in the day. And so, Kaskaskia and Cairo and, some of that's older, but it's further west. And
Yeah, I think
so,
Galena is the oldest town
yes,
there.
I was going to say it started with a G. I thought so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Galena.
you're right.
Grant lived there, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
he may have.
he did, and there it's a they got a bunch of stuff up there in Galena. They got a
Yeah.
big park, and state park there, so I don't think that you can hunt it. But
Yeah.
we did have a question for you from YouTube from the Mumbles man, Tim Naylor. He wants to know what your most unusual find is.
Oh man, most unusual find. I don't know. Probably my most unusual find was a weed eater motor.
Wow. You dug
Yeah,
that?
I found a whole weed eater motor. It was a strong signal, but I was just kind of curious of what it was. And I dug it up. It was a brand new, not brand new, but it was, I forget the green collar ones, but it was a whole motor. That's probably my most unusual.
Wow. What about your favorite find?
Oh man. People ask you that all the time, and you probably know that's a hard one. I got quite a few. I love tokens. They're my main most favorite thing to find. But I don't know. The half dime probably is up there. That's probably up there. I got some historical things. I found a printing plate to the earliest paper in our town, and actually it was the actual headline to the paper itself. Back then it was called the Massac Journal, and so anyway, that was pretty interesting. I liked that find, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I tried to try to see if the paper would like it, but I don't guess they had any kind of historical place to put it. Put it that way.
So are you a relic man, or are you a coin person, or?
I like them both. I was just at a place where got 3 videos coming out. The first one just came out, and so I'm kind of giving stuff away. But this place was loaded with relics. I found. I thought it was going to be a Civil War button, but it was probably 1870s. But I found a toy cannon. And I like that. It was really awesome. And then just some beautiful brooches I found in this yard, and suspender clips. And so I like it all. It doesn't matter to me. I just like old, I like history. And so, it's always intrigued me, some of the little bitty, you know what I'm talking about, it didn't matter what it was back in the day, some of the smallest items that they made and used for everyday life, they decorated and made so ornate and beautiful that it's just amazing how they took the time to, do things back then. You find these little suspender clips, and they're all, intricately and ornately designed and just beautiful in their own right, gas valves and things like that. I just love history, and it doesn't matter to answer your question.
Yeah,
do you display? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to say, back then, when people, went someplace, they dressed.
Yes.
They all dressed nicer. Now, I can remember, for instance, when I was a kid, if my mom and dad went out, they wore a suit and tie.
Yeah.
And my grandfather and grandmother, if they went, let's say they went to the movie, okay, they wore a suit and tie.
Yeah.
That's just the way it was.
Yeah.
Of course, when they went to church, they all got dressed up to go to church, and it was just quite different.
Something you did.
Yeah.
Hence all the buttons and suspender clips and stuff that we find today.
Yeah. You're right. They are ornate, and it was part of the being dressed, I think, for want of a better. And the women, they had the brooches, they had the hairpins, all that was part of being put together. And of course, unfortunately, a lot of times back in the 1800s, the women had to have way too much. They were probably uncomfortable most of the time, I would think. What you see for the grandkids, if you get them hooked, if they can find some little toy soldiers.
Yeah. Well,
they would know that.
the oldest is girls, and I just took her a couple weeks ago, and she gets out and with her detector, and within probably 2 minutes finds an old Tootsie Jeep, a
Ooh.
little Tootsie toy. And once she found it, that was it. She was done, and put her detector up and just started playing. But little thing, she does that to me all the time. She in the yard. I have a place that I know there was a house in the 30s there, and so there's quite a bit I found in the yard. And she came out there one day with her detector, and then a place I've been around 100 times, and went right over it and found a Tootsie toy right there. And so anyway, she's. I'm looking forward to her getting more involved in all of them. Actually, some of them
Yeah.
moved away a little bit, so it's going to be a little tougher. But I'd like for them all to get involved and try not to push them,
Yeah.
and just let them come when they go. And if they're done, they're done.
Every kid likes treasure. I mean, really.
Yeah, who
I
doesn't?
think every kid likes treasure.
Yeah.
They like video games too, but
Yeah, well, that's what I always say. Even adults, what adult doesn't like a treasure hunt?
exactly,
And
exactly.
I'm like you, Jeff. I think if you like fishing, you'll probably like metal detecting, because you got to have a little patience. It's not always finding. And so I tell people, if they want to get into it, if you like fishing, you'll probably like it. But if you don't like fishing and you don't have the patience, you're not going to
Yeah.
like metal detecting.
Well, you probably won't.
Yeah.
You probably won't.
Yes, exactly.
So now, what is that? Tell everybody the exact name of your YouTube channel so they can go and subscribe.
All right, it is Family Treasures Metal Detecting. And then I also have a Facebook page that I try to be educational on it. And if I find something that, I can find out a backstory on, or a token where I can tell about the store or something like that, then I use that for that purpose.
Are you on Instagram or anything else?
No, I'm not on Instagram. I just do the Facebook. Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Very
Right
good.
on.
Very good. Well, Brian, we're just so happy that you were able to join us tonight. Went off without a hitch, didn't it? No.
Yeah. Thank God.
So it was great. And,
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it very much.
You're quite welcome. And everybody around the world, you need to go to Family Treasures Metal Detecting. You need to like it, subscribe, and share the videos, because they're really good videos. And watch them with your family.
Yes,
And,
family friendly.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And watch them with your kids.
Yeah.
If you're having trouble getting your kids involved, watch Family Treasures Metal Detecting. See what the kind of fun that you can have.
Amen.
So,
Yes.
Brian, it was really nice for you to join us tonight, and we'll get you back on in a couple of months or so to see what happened over the summertime, and
All right.
see if found any kryptonite or anything there in Metropolis.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I look forward to it.
All right, thanks, Brian.
Bye, Jeff. Bye, Liz.
Take care, Brian.
He's a breath of fresh air, isn't he?
Yes, wonderful, wonderful guest.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we've got somebody else here. I know this one's kind of sketchy. This dude, I don't know. He, well, I don't know. Yeah. So you want to go take this one?
Our next guest, if you don't know him, what's wrong with you? Merrill.
What's wrong with him?
Merrill, Metal Detecting NYC. Here's Merrill.
I can't help being sketchy. I'm an artist. We sketch.
That's it. I think you're down here in Florida, aren't you?
Yes, I'm coming down to Florida. 2 a.m. We're going to the airport, and 6 a.m. we are flying in. So I'm all sorts of excited to see the west coast of Florida.
So where are you flying into?
Southwest Florida Airport, I believe.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's the one that is right outside of Fort Myers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're going further south.
Yeah, further south.
Let's just hope that they don't mess with your flights. Usually, if you're the first flight out in the morning, the early morning flights, they usually just haven't been canceling those, I hope.
I've
Because
heard it's been really
we're
bad
going,
lately.
oh, it's been terrible. So fixing to go to Canada in a couple of weeks.
If
But
I go to Canada, I'm going to go visit Liz. Then again, Canada's a
Oh.
very big place.
well, she's taking us to lunch. She's not
Liz,
going
it
to
is
be
such a
there.
nice surprise to see you here. I was not expecting this. Jeff, it is
Well,
also
there you go.
wonderful to speak to you. But I've been interviewed by Liz twice, and I enjoyed that immensely both times. I think the last time that we spoke, my daughter was hitting me in the head with the
That's
balloon
right. Yeah,
in
she
order
was.
to get, rally likes. So
Yes, that's right. She was.
she's too cool for that now. She's about to
Oh.
go into fourth grade. But
Oh.
She'll do
back in the
something
day,
heavier.
that's
Back
what we
in
did.
she, oh my goodness. Too
She's
funny.
liable
You're
to
too
use
funny.
something heavier. Well, there's
Say
a
that
lot of
again.
people saying hello.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of people saying hello. Nice Adele says hello.
Oh, hi.
Martinarella.
Let me look at the chat. There we go.
There you go.
Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
there's a lot of folks.
So
A lot.
Meryl, I need to ask you about this. You recently collabed with Nicola White, the mudlarking lady from across the pond. How
Yeah,
was that? How did that come about? And
it
give us
was
the condensed version.
it was absolutely phenomenal. I was ready to make a million jokes, but I really can't. It won't represent it right. That's an awesome person. Like I really like talented and humble, and it's very rare that you see that. But I really learned a lot watching her process of how she makes videos. And you might remember my cat god stuff, and I just was like, Nicola, please, if you're watching my channel, skip the first year, okay? Because we were, yeah, cat gods and rap and all that fun stuff. And we still do a bit of that, but we try to focus on the detecting a little bit more now. But you asked how did it come about? It actually 2019 it was when she first contacted me, and she was planning on coming to Dead Horse Bay, which is really starting to get, I guess, internationally known. And the pandemic hit, and we kept in touch through the pandemic, and it finally happened this year, last month, and what a great time! What an amazing time!
What would be the highlights of either one or both of your finds?
Of finds, um, hmm, I found a lot of silver that day. Um, you see, here's the thing. It's prefacing. It's the story that you tell with the finds. And one of the great things that I learned, which is very humbling, is like she's so good at making stories out of the finds. And there was this pendant that she really liked, and I gave it to her. And it just she made such a great story about that. She reconnected it looked like a dog tag, but it was a school tag from the Cold War. And she's got people. She's got a whole network of people that help her with the research. And that's really, there's unsung heroes that accompany any talent, I suppose. And she's so full of talent. But I could see in the comments of her videos, and also from talking to her, she's got a great group of people that she speaks to, that she knows how to, like really reach out to, and different people have different expertise. And but yeah, it was just amazing. I mean, the whole trip, um, getting Adele to meet Nicola. I mean, talk about contrasting personalities. I mean, it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
Are you going to England to go mudlarking on the Thames?
That is the plan. Oh, I
I
can't
figured.
wait to do that. I mean, if you think about it, it's mostly 1900 to 1950 stuff at Dead Horse Bay. There's some stuff that goes earlier. I mean, you could only always throw out something that was like from the 1800s. But the time period that Dead Horse Bay was really popular was popular is the wrong word. In heavy use by New York City was 1900 to 1950. So you see the vast majority of stuff from that era. Now, you could go back to Roman times if you're mudlarking the Thames. So I'm all sorts of excited. I know there's all sorts of competition over there, but uh, it's a massive place compared to the 2 mile stretch of Dead Horse Bay. And I love Dead Horse Bay. It's unique. It's very New York, but I want to see the Thames. You better believe it.
Yeah, we just had a comment from Future Bleeps. They said you need a license to detect on the River Thames.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Yep.
I don't think Nicola, she doesn't use a metal detector too much, doesn't she? Does she?
She does. She has a few metal detecting videos on her channel, and I spoke to her about metal detecting a few times. It just came up in conversation. She knows her stuff. She is well versed in metal detecting.
I would not expect anything other than that from
Yeah.
her.
No,
Yeah.
she's always 100%
Oh yeah.
well prepared and well versed on anything she
Oh yeah.
takes on. Otherwise she just don't do it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love her art too. I mean, the assemblages that she makes with her finds. I mean, it's really, really cool stuff. The fish,
Yeah, the
the
fish.
yeah,
Yeah.
and broken glass, and just
Yeah.
reinventing. It's awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people that do that. We've got some people, members of Treasure Star, like JBP Hobbyist. All the junk that she finds with a metal detector, she turns them into art, and some of it's pretty cool. You know.
I tell
So-
you, it's a similar type of brain type. Like I was listening to you talk to the last guest and to Liz about getting families in to metal detecting, and with my kids, sure, it would be a nice surprise if they did. I don't expect them to, and I didn't expect them to. I mean, they grew up around metal detectors, and it's really a special brain type. Like it's something that you're wired for or you're not.
Mhm.
And it's I've brought people like you could introduce, and I would say it's like 2 out of 10. 20% is like, oh my God, I need this in my life, and they'll go out and they'll buy a detector. And that was me, that was you, that was Liz. But for other people, it's like, I can't. Yeah, but that's so true with everybody. And it's extra nice when you do have members of your own family
Yeah.
to go with, no doubt
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I guess I'm not expecting it. They'll go with me and humor me a little bit, and my kiddos sure know their stuff. But I don't see the joy. I don't see the joy in them doing that, and I'm not going to force it either. So
Maybe as they mature a little bit, that'll change.
crossing
But
my
we do have
fingers.
a question for you, Merrill,
Yes.
from June P. She wants to know. She says she asked on your beach live about the camera you were using.
Ah,
How did you use your phone? Did you have it on a selfie stick or something else?
so I have a chest strap that I use for live streams. I'm so glad that you asked that. You just saved me. One, I'm so sorry I didn't get to your question in live streams. I am famously OCD and ADHD. And, especially when I'm live streaming, I just get hyper focused on things. I apologize for that. So I have a chest harness that attaches to my phone. Guess what I would have forgotten to pack if you didn't ask that question? Thank you. So, right after I get off of this live stream, that's what Merrill is going to do. Anywho, yeah, it's a chest harness, and theoretically you could see everything. I gotta get glasses. I really gotta get glasses because like seeing the comments in the live streams is getting harder and harder. And they tell you when you go, there's a big. Somebody told me this, and maybe it's stuck in my head. Maybe it's true or not. It's like there's a big difference between the eyesight of 35 and 45, and I'm heading very quickly towards 45, and I could see that difference. So and that's going to help.
Jeff's shaking his head.
Yeah, that's going to help engage people in the live streams, because instead of a furry blur just like going down the screen, I'll be able to like read it a heck of a lot better. I can see it sometimes, but the lighting has to be right. And yeah,
So why do you think when you see all the old people, they're walking like this?
yeah, yeah.
They can't see.
I'm right on the edge, right there. Yes.
Oh,
So Meryl, what detector are you using like right now, today?
I posted a question because I'm utterly confused, because I got too many good options. I started the site Irate Metal Detectors. I make them irate, so I called it Irate Metal Detectors. They're just like, don't judge me, use me. So anyway, I got I got the Equinox, I got the Deus 2, and I have the Legend. And all three are great options. And one that's going with me, regardless, is my White's Beach Hunter 300. Because what really annoys, I know in Florida, I'm going to have to get out there. I'm going to have to like wave at the sharks. The White's Beach Hunter enables you to like really go far out there, because there's a disconnect between the Bluetooth and the box. I know that the Deus has somewhat of a fix for that with the wires. I'm not going there yet. I think the Equinox problems has made me nervous with the Deus price.
I
know.
haven't had a problem with it. The Deus is built 10 times better than the Equinox. I mean, I had like 4 Equinoxes flood on me.
It's the thing in the back that you have to screw in that just makes me a little nervous. And being that it's 1600, it's been working great on the beach. I don't want to dunk it yet. So,
if you use those bone conductive headphones, I think you'll be really, really surprised. It tightens up really good, and I've had mine in the water and have not had the first problem with it.
Gotcha. I also love my Beach Hunter 300, because like you could it's the old tethered wired headphones. There's something to be said about that. It works great, under the water, and I'm just so used to it. That's one that I've had, going on 5 years of experience with. And, if you are having, the Bluetooth to the box, when the box is under the water, it loses the signal to the Bluetooth. And, Deus has a solution. You just, you connect a wire that, it's a little annoying. I don't know. I like the simplicity to the Beach Hunter 300. So I think I'm going to use the Knox and the Beach Hunter 300 like far out. And I'm actually planning on going a little bit further out. I mean, unless if the beaches are, packed with good stuff, I don't think that's going to be the case.
Well, how deep you planning on hunting?
As soon as I see sharks, all that bravado that I just said, I'm going to wave at the sharks. As soon as I see a shark, I'm going to be like, yo, I'm back on the beach.
Well, I think what you need to watch out for now are the pythons. You probably won't see the shark till he bites you on the butt. And I've never.
Did they get in the water?
Pythons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah!
There you go, Meryl.
Dang.
I don't know.
On the beaches?
Oh, yeah. They're in the, they're all over.
Oh, my.
Down in South Florida. We don't have
Sweet
too
mother
much
of pearl.
That'll make a great video, Meryl.
Oh, that's
Imagine
make a
that.
Great video. I'm the high calorie snack that the pythons want. Jeez.
Viral video. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun. Maybe I'm not going to use that bright yellow detector. I don't know. Who cares? It's metal detecting. We just dig, and we'll scream and cry later.
You might.
Yeah, if you get out, I think you'll be down in Fort Myers. That area, you need to get out probably neck deep.
Yeah.
At low tide, you can get out a little further. And if you have you ever done Blue Nemo?
I've heard of it. I know it's it's kind of like the dive system for people who are not scuba divers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got to invest in. Yeah.
Yeah, that gets you out just that little bit further, where the people are out there swimming. Most people can't get out there when they hunt. Now, when I hunt with my friend Phil, he's so tall he's starting to crotch again, and I'm out there up like here, you know, and Phil's out there. He's about chest deep. He can get out a lot further than I can, and that's where you find the good stuff.
Yeah.
Anywhere from probably waist deep on out sometimes. So
Yep.
in
Yeah,
the water, that's where the good stuff is.
That's the game plan until I see the pythons.
Well, if you see the python, just take your hat off and throw it at him.
Wow. Well, so Meryl, you're speaking of beach hunting. Are you in the scoop business? What's going on?
I am in the scoop business. I just, you see, I've had 8 scoops, and I don't want to say that none of them have been right. Some of them have been right, but they've been really expensive. And it is my core belief that the ones at the top of the market can be reinvented, produced better. I don't mean produced better as in they're not a quality product. I mean that we can have the manufacturing process better to make it better for the consumer, so that you can have a high-end scoop within the price range of $200 to $250. And I think we have created that. And I was pondering actually putting it out tonight. We're ready to go in production. So you're hearing it here first. We made the change. I have a video ready to go like right now. We're ready for production. The one thing I have to figure out how to do is put pre-orders on the website. That's what's holding it up. But like, it could be within 24 hours that first video comes out. But the struggle was finding good partners that, we insisted on made in America too. Finding good partners that could produce high quality at that price. We have to get to a certain amount of bulk, I suppose, but right now it's a really, really good value. We're not going to be taking too much of a profit margin, but I feel really good about the product. And if the product is quality, we're going to sell a lot of it. If it's marketed correctly, if people understand exactly what it is, which to me is $700 scoop, $200 price range. I've had it all. I've tried them. I think we've succeeded with that.
Okay, what's
Wonderful.
the material?
Material right now is stainless steel because titanium is not touchable right now.
Right.
But
Now, how
if
many
you
models
think
you
about
gonna
this, I've thought about this quite a bit. Stainless steel, although they call it stainless, you might get a little bit of rust on it. Titanium, you do not. The weight difference of the two is minimal if we're talking, apples to apples or apples to oranges in this case. Titanium, it's very different. The weight really comes when you put the sand in the scoop.
Mhm.
And right now we have, and I take honesty pills. I don't know. I'll tell you this, and I'm going to say this again. If you are somebody that we have a really big scoop, because when you're in the water and you're trying to isolate something, to me it makes it easier if you have a larger radius on the larger diameter on the scoop that you're stepping down on, and it takes a certain amount of strength in order to do that. We are looking to create a second scoop very soon. We're talking like this year, very soon. But for somebody who does not have the arm muscles to do this one, yes, is it lightweight without the sand? Absolutely. It's like within, ounces of like anything else that's out there. But this one moves a lot of sand.
Mhm.
If
How big
you're
is
if you're somebody that your arm can't handle like an awful lot. If you're struggling with the beach scoop, that you have now, I wouldn't recommend that you go bigger. Wait for us to come out with that smaller scoop. Now, I'm just, again, I take honesty pills. I want people happy. The only way this product moves and is adopted by consumers is if they're happy with it. So, that's one of the important details right there. We're following up on this. There's going to be more iterations to come, but right now we're very happy. We got our Ultra Sand Mover, Honey Badger scoop ready to go right now.
What size are the holes?
The holes, oh geez. Jeff is the tech guy with that. So I wish he was here with me with that. All of the holes, and it's got a jewelry catcher on it too. It's the only one in the price range that has a jewelry catcher that I'm aware of, at least. But any dime will not fit through. If you dig a trime, that might go through one of the jewelry catcher holes because they're long rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
Trime or half dime, that might be the only coins that go through because it's long and thin. Jewelry will not, but we'll have. That's going to be going onto the website, iratemetaldetectors.com, all of the dimensions to it.
And the weight and what's the size of the neck for, are you going to produce carbon fiber handles for it as well?
Yeah, we have a great partner with carbon fiber handles, and that's going to be an additional $9,500 for a carbon fiber handle to it. So we're looking. The scoop, it's going to be somewhere in the $200 to $250 price range. That's what we're hoping, and another $100 for the handle.
Oh, very good, very good. You'll have to let us know so we can take a look at it. You never know. Phil might want to stock them in his shop.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the next step. To reach out to the existing businesses out there. We'd be foolish not to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's very interesting. So if you get a chance, get me some information on it. We'll see what we can get out there. You
Great.
just never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next for Merrill?
Oh God, what's not next for Merrill? Tell us, Merrill.
So I've actually, I don't want to call this a break. It's anything but a break. But I've had some good life stuff go on. For the longest time, I've had this impossible commute where I've been literally when I commute to work, it would be between 4 and 5 hours. And I just could not do that anymore. And I finally got a job in a school that is 15 minutes away from my house. And it's requiring me to teach a new subject, which I'm really excited about. I'm teaching business. And, I try to be business minded. I made a scoop, for God's sakes. And it's something, there's a certain amount of marketing that I know about from doing YouTube for so long. I had the art channel before the metal detecting channel. So I've been doing YouTube really since 2008. It's something that I'm really excited to teach the kids about. But I have to come up with a really good curriculum. So, in the past, I'd come up with 5 or 6 videos per week, insane amount of production. And I'm slowing down a little bit for the time being. But again, this is a marathon. I'm not going to stop metal detecting. I love metal detecting. It is my outlet. It's my happy time. My brain is just wired that way. So, sometimes during a marathon, you stop sprinting. You can't sprint a marathon. Slowing down a little bit in the production of videos. I mean, we're talking 1 a week instead of 5 or 6 per week. So it's not like I'm going anywhere, but by design, slowing down a little bit, improving the production, and just keep going. I enjoy it. It's fun.
Yep, just taking a different direction, something fresh and new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So how long you be in Florida?
2 weeks until I think July 6th.
Okay, you're going to have a good time. The Gulf is about 95 degrees.
Wow.
And generally, sometimes down around Fort Myers, they get a little bit more waves than they get up around Tampa, but most of the time it's going to be nice, flat, calm. So that you'll be able to see that fin or you see that python.
Pythons, my God.
You never know. See,
Get it on video, Meryl. Get it on video.
I'll get it on video, and I'll get me
I tell you what,
sucking
Merle,
my thumb.
I'll tell you a story that the Mumbles man and myself, we were down off Tampa, and I looked out of the corner of my eye and I see this great huge shadow in the water coming right towards me, and I'm going, okay. It's, I'm out about chest deep, so I can't bend over and kiss it goodbye. I'm just waiting for him to take a bite. Right by me, it was a great huge manatee. But you don't know that, So sometimes stuff like that will set you free, or you'll be running along detecting, all of a sudden a dolphin will come up right in front of you and go, So all kinds of different stuff, turtles, So I hope you don't see any pythons.
Me too. Me too.
Anywho's. Well, I hope you have a pleasant flight on the way down here. You don't have any problems with that.
Thanks, Jeff.
And, just have a great time with your family down here. Hope you find a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Find some gold. And I'll be looking forward to seeing that scoop and all the information on it. And, we can always use another good quality scoop. That's for sure.
Yes.
Sounds good.
So, Meryl, thanks for joining us tonight, my friend. Be safe. Have a safe trip. Have a great vacation. And we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Great to see you both.
Good to see you, Meryl. Take care.
Bye, Liz.
All right.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Take-
Wow.
He's always into something, isn't he?
A man of many, many talents.
Well, that's kind of what keeps him young, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Except for his eyes. Except for his eyes.
You know what? Something's got to go.
Wow.
If something's,
He can always get cool glasses.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. If you wear glasses, you can get the prescription sunglasses. So
Sure.
you'll look sharp,
Sure. Absolutely.
I just hope and pray that he doesn't have any airline dilemmas.
Hopefully not. Fingers crossed.
We
All
hope
good.
not.
All good.
So that brings us to another end of another show. We ran over a few minutes, but that's all right.
Yeah, a little bit.
We have been known to do that on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
So next week will be our last show of the season. We're going to take the month of July off. We'll be back in August with a host of really great guests. Our guest next week will be the ecologist. And on Treasure Talk on Monday night, you're going to get a rare treat. Sometimes Phil and I do these during the day on a Saturday for 15 or 20 minutes. But we decided to go ahead and do the full hour Treasure Talk show live from Myers Metal Detectors. So you're going to get to see all the cool stuff he's got in stock. And there's a lot of new stuff coming that he's got in stock. So tune in. We're going to, give away some mystery prizes. So make sure that you tune in because you have to be tuned in to win. And you might see something that you want. And if you got a question, put it in the chat. If you want to know how much something is, we'll tell you.
Exactly.
Because you don't get any better prices than you do from Myers Metal Detectors, and the service is second to none. And there's some people in the chat tonight that will attest to that. Mm-hmm. So that being said, if you have a story that you want to tell, we're always looking for guests on Treasure Tales, aren't we, Liz?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on and share your stories.
Everybody wants to hear them all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about necessarily what you found. It's what it's about. It's how it makes you feel. Mm-hmm. The thrill of the hunt, so to speak. So, like we always say, treasure stories, there's a million of them out there. All of them are important. All of them are unique. And all of them have value. So get up with us. You can either email me at treasuretalkshow@gmail.com. You can email Liz at thediggingcanuck@gmail.com and let us know you want to be on the show and we'll get you scheduled.
Yes.
So that being said,
Absolutely.
Liz, thanks so much for being my co-host tonight.
Thank you for having me.
In perpetuity, we hope.
Yes, sir.
Good looking hat and shirt.
Right on, right on. Excalibur shovels. That's where it's
that's
at.
right. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's
and
right.
You'll see a bunch of them at Myers Metal Detectors. We'll make sure we go over that as well. So make sure you tune in. So we will see you next week. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Good night.